Hey everyone, I just did a video where I bought 3 of these Warrior 4.3 amp 4.5 inch angle grinders, the cheap Harbor Freight grinders, and talked about $10, $9.99 is what they were on sale for. And out of the 3, I actually had one with a problem. So this is my exchange. I just got back and exchanged it for another one. And what happened was when I plugged it in and turned it on, it was fine for half a minute, 30 seconds or so, and then it started having a reduced RPM. It started getting a bad vibration, and it really started heating up right in this area, right behind where the gears are. And I just suspect that something came apart inside. Maybe a magnet came off, and I really honestly don't know. So I thought I told you I'd let you know if I had a problem. So here we are. So for 10 bucks, I mean, you can expect this. These things are so mass produced. They're bound to have some go bad. Now, a couple of things that I wanted to show you with the new one here before I actually run it is something that I noticed on the one that I just returned that had the problem. So let's look at this for a second, and I'll show you. When I got the other one, and this one is exactly the same. It's doing exactly the same thing. I just tried to turn the wheel a little bit, and of course, like these cheaper tools, I don't think the machining is all that awesome on the gear set in there. But when I first turned this one, it wouldn't turn. Something had it in a bind. So I turned it backwards, turned it forward, and now it seems to be okay. But the same thing was happening on that other one. I don't know. For some reason, when I first open these up, I tend to try to turn that and see how smooth it is. And it's not real smooth. So what I thought I'd do before I actually plug this one in and turn it on is I'm going to take this shield off, and I'm going to pull that off, and we're going to look at the gears and the grease and just see what it looks like. Now, I saw a video of a guy that had, it was the Drill Master model, was actually missing a C-clip on the, I don't know, little small pinion gear. I guess it's called the pinion gear. I don't know. And I want to see if this one has it and see what the grease looks like. I'm sure it's not awesome, but let's have a look and just see what happens. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a video about that since I'm going to pull it open and look at it anyway. Let's have a look. Alright, well there is some grease, maybe not as much as you would expect, but it looks decent. But this just has a bushing where this pin sets in there, and where the guy was on that other video I watched, let me grab another screwdriver here. He said there was supposed to be a C-clip on this holding this gear on there, and there is not. See, that gear can come forward. Interesting, they've eliminated that C-clip. There is a groove in that shaft for the C-clip, but there is no C-clip. But once that other gear is on top of there, I don't think that could really go anywhere. I really think in the other one, right in this area is where it started getting hot. I have a suspicion that the problem with it was maybe one of the magnets inside came loose because of the way it was vibrating and reducing the RPMs about half of what they were before that happens. So I'm going to throw some grease all over this gear, and it's going to get tossed off of there once I turn it on. But at least I know it started with a good amount of grease. And the guy said on the video I watched, I think it was Tool Reviews or something like that, I think he said that this looked like it was Vaseline. And it might be, heck, I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know, it's just kind of a white grease. I doubt it's white lithium. Anyway, You know, you don't expect a lot out of these cheap $10 tools, but I'll get this put back together. We'll plug it in and turn it on, and I'll run it for a little bit. I got a little project where I'm going to be using a couple grinders here the next couple days, and really run this thing, and we'll see. But thank goodness for the 90-day warranty. Alright, I've got it back together. Cheap Harbor Freight grinder, and I haven't turned it on yet. I thought I'd save that and you guys can see this at the same time, and we'll see what happens. Now it actually does feel a little bit smoother, but that grease will fly off that gear in there when I turn it on. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I guess the moral of the story is if you buy these cheaper tools from Harbor Freight, especially these cheap grinders, make sure you take them home and run them and test them out before you run out of your 90-day warranty. Don't set it on the shelf in a box for a couple months and then decide you want to see if it works. So test them out. I'm going to run this thing over the next couple days pretty good with the grinding job I got going on. I'll show that to you guys when I get that video completed. I'm going to start building myself a stand for my DIY homemade vise. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on the next video.